How is it going? How are you doing? Today's kind of a fun day because it builds on what we talked about yesterday. So yesterday we talked about your superpowers, what made you awesome. You are awesome, people like you. The question is, what is it about you? We figured some of that out yesterday. So what we want to do today is we want to identify who is attracted to you. I call this section attracting your ideal client. What we got to figure out is who is your ideal client, and then we figure out why do they like you, and then we can even amp up our social experience, our social media, and the things that we share on the web in such a way that it's going to really, really connect with those people. I do not believe your social media you should not be trying to reach everyone, right? You're not, like some people are drawn to Batman, some people are drawn to Superman. If you're Batman, figure out the people that are drawn to you and hang with them, right? Don't go after the people that would naturally hang with Superman. I remember a couple years ago, I read a book called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And in it, he talks about how he had this crazy business and he basically was spending all his time with all these clients, and he realized, you know what? There's only like that 80-20 rule, right? There's 20% of my clients that really bring me the big revenue, and they're the ones that I really like. Well, how can I understand who they are? And how can I connect with more people like that? And in a short time, he didn't just dismiss the rest of them, but he didn't bend over backwards for them as much. He started really focusing on his best clients and how could he attract more. And in just a short amount of time, I can't remember if he doubled it, but I think he almost doubled his monthly income because he picked up a few more of the best kind of clients. And that's what we want to do for you. Your social media isn't about, I want to get 10,000 people following me or even 1,000 people following me. What we want to do is figure out what are the kinds of companies that you can write the best, what are the kinds of people that you like to work with the best, and let's see if we can attract more of those people so your business, your book of business is built of awesome people, the kinds of people that you really want to work with and the kind of people that really want to work with you. That's the secret behind the approach that we're going to take here. If you look at the summary page for this session today, it says your superpowers attract a specific kind of person. By taking a closer look at your favorite clients, we can better understand who naturally enjoys working with you. We can identify your ideal client. So let's figure out who loves to work with you and that you love to work with, see if we can figure out what they're all about, and then we can find more people like that on the web. So let's take a look at our worksheet for today. This is a fun worksheet. This tool, Attracting Your Ideal Client, really what we're going to do is we're going to break down what it is about your favorite clients. So if we look at number 1, it says answer the following questions about your top 3 favorite clients. So first thing I want you to do, let me zoom in here, is name your top 3 favorite clients. So just think about 3 of your favorite clients. Why are they your favorite clients? We're going to get to that, but just think about like who's popping in your mind. Who is it that you're like, man, if I could have 5 more clients like that, I'd be tickled. So write their names down, whether it's their personal name or their business. And then now I want to ask you why. So you can see the first line in our table says, why are they your favorites? Why are they your favorites? So I'm going to do this for myself. So I wrote down 3 people that I've worked with in the last couple years that I just really like them. They're awesome people. Why are they my favorites? So you could write this down for each one of them individually. I kind of put this together just for sake of space and trying to create this PowerPoint, but they're inspiring. They also took action. When I shared stuff with them, they did stuff about it, and that was really cool. They made consistent progress, they gave me feedback, and they gave me referrals. So these are some of the attributes of these people that I really like. Man, if I could get 4 or 5 more clients like that, then, you know, it'd be the best week ever. So write down who your favorite clients are and why. Why do you like them? And then I'm going to pause it for a second and then we'll go on. So do that first and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, let's go on to the next item. Initially, What were their pain points? How were they stuck? So maybe these people have been a client for a long time, and so we need to look back at the beginning, like when you first developed a relationship with them, when you first took them on as a client, what were their pain points and how were they stuck? Can you write those things down? And then with that, the next one, I kind of broke them into different because it's a little bit different, but what were their hopes? What were their desires? So what was their problem and what was it they were trying to do? What were they trying to accomplish? Let's see if you can write those things down. Okay, here's what I wrote. Not sure how to start. They weren't really sure how to get going with social media for sales. Didn't feel they had time. They were overwhelmed. They weren't sure how to measure the success. So those are the things that applied for me. Let's go on to the next one. What were their hopes and desires? They wanted to grow their book of business, right? They wanted to expand their business. They wanted to infuse social media and take the web. They wanted to infuse social media and the web into their sales process. Okay, I might have been putting the words in their mouth a little bit on that one, but as I talked to them, I figured out that's what they were trying to accomplish. So again, for yourself, if you didn't pause the video, take a stop and make sure you've got the first 4 items done here. And then if not, let's go to the next one. Which of your attributes or superpowers do these clients value? Now, if they're your favorite clients, these are people that actually might give you some feedback. So you might have a warm enough relationship with you and say, you know what, I'm trying to understand, what it is that my clients appreciate in how we do business here at, wherever it is you work. And I was just wondering if you would be willing to have a little conversation with me about that, right? You can send them an email or just call them on the phone, warm them up, and then ask them these questions. And here's the question. You're not going to say superpowers, but you can say, what is it, that about our relationship that you value? And you might even say, what can I do better? These are great moments of being vulnerable that are going to allow your clients to see that you care, that you're interested, that you value them, and then you're going to get some good feedback. So for myself, I put highly effective trainer, I genuinely care, infectious curiosity, and I'm a social, I live on the kind of the crossroads of social media and insurance. And so these were the things that brought them to me. So pause the video and then do that for yourself, figure out those things, and then we'll carry on. So this last one was about the things that they valued. Now this one here is very similar, but it's which of your superpowers did you use to help these clients? So could you think back on the experience, and are there some of the things that you did specifically that you're aware of? And we can write those in here too. And so for me, and you'll see this really reflects back a lot on the things that I discovered for myself yesterday in my superpowers. I spoke their language, right? I wasn't too techie. Some of these people were definitely digital immigrants, and this was new stuff, and it was refreshing to them, and I purposely did it, was speak language that made sense to them. I didn't get all technical into the jargon, didn't go deep dive into stuff. I kept it on a level that made sense for them. Focused on instructions that made sense, were easy to execute, and built their confidence, okay? Okay, so the last item on our table is what fictive kinship do these clients share? Okay, now I'm throwing out some interesting words at you. Fictive kinship, you ever heard of that before? So fictive kinship could be a new term for you. It's not a term that we use all the time. Here's some definitions here. Kinship is relationships based on blood or marriage. Okay, so we're familiar with that, right? They're kin, blood, marriage. Fictive kinship are relationships that take on the attributes of kinship but are not based on blood or marriage. So in my example here, right, we got the biker gang. Right, these guys have something in common. And so for my people, right, when I looked at my people, let's look at them. What we've got here is they're all in insurance, and they're also digital immigrants. So these are the things that they have in common. So my question for you is, what are the things that your favorite clients have in common? Obviously, they're your clients, that's one thing, but are they from the same industry? Do they live in the same location? Do they have some of the same beliefs? Do they have the same personality? The truth is, there's a lot of cool ways we can figure out what people's personality is. In fact, I was actually looking at this thing that you add to LinkedIn, like it's a little add-on into your LinkedIn account that actually will analyze people's profiles and then tell you what their personality is. So there's a lot of cool tools that are out there to figure that stuff out. But a lot of times we can kind of get a sense, like, are they an introvert? Are they extroverted? Are they organized? Are they creative? Like some of these things, if we can kind of put that together, see if there's some commonalities there, because we're going to use that here in just a second. So let's look at number 2. Describe in detail other aspects of your ideal client. So is there an age, an appearance, a work experience, ethics, hopes, fears, etc.? Basically, we want to see if there's anything else that we've missed here. So go ahead and write that in. I'll show you what I did for me. Age 40 to retirement. That's pretty much the group I work with. PNC, independent agents, successful producers. They want to feel less anxious about using tech. They like clear goals and calculable ROI. They value their time and they're open to learning. Now, and that's an important one, right? You could be all these things, but if you're not open to learning, then it's a waste of my time to spend any time with you. So you've got to think about what are some of these things that make up their attributes. Go ahead and pause the video now and then write all that in for yourself. I know there's been a lot of pausing in this video. I hope that you're moving through this. I'm hoping this is like kind of getting exciting for you. It was exciting for me when I did this for myself. It's like making conscious and concrete some of these things that are going on internally in our head. So pause the video, complete number 2, and then we're gonna do number 3. Okay, number 3. This is the one that I get excited about because now we're going to put all this stuff together. Create your unique selling proposition to attract your ideal client. My mission as your blank is to help, and then it's the role of the client, who are, and he shows the fictive kinship, that need, what are your fears and hopes, buy the service that you provide. This is how we put this all together, because this is what's going to help us create a really powerful statement and an ideal that you're going to use consistently through your use of social media on the web. So it's very clear to people who you are, and it's very clear to you who you're trying to attract. So I will just share with you what I did for myself. So my mission as what's my goal? I'm a social media sales trainer or a social selling trainer. My goal is to help insurance sales producers who are, and I put in digital immigrants. So you're a digital immigrant, so you're someone who this doesn't come naturally. And what's your need? To use social media to grow your book. Okay, so that's what you're trying to do by providing them with training that inspires them, increases their confidence, and is quick to execute. Like that's my unique selling proposition. If someone were to ask me like, Brett, what do you do? I would say, guess what? I'm a social selling trainer who helps insurance sales producers who happen to be digital immigrants, and I can explain that later. But I teach them how to use social media to grow their book of business by providing them with training that inspires them, that increases their confidence, and is quick to execute. So now, with that clarity in mind, when I'm optimizing my profile, when I'm sharing content, I want to have a picture of that. Like, who am I speaking to? So we get down to number 4, which is look for ways, kind of like we did yesterday, look for ways you can update your LinkedIn profile, especially the About section, to better reflect your unique selling proposition and speak directly to the heart of your ideal client. Can you infuse this stuff into your profile? When you read back what you've written, is it written for them? And guess what? It's okay to write it specifically for them. Yes, other people who you're not really that interested in are going to see your profile, and it's not going to resonate with them anyways. So it's okay that you're not trying to be everything for everyone. By identifying who it is that you want to work with, it's going to be easier for them to say, hey, that's me. And I want to work with those people. So that's what we're really trying to get at with this one. I would say look at the day 3 and the day 4 checklists and go through them and see if there's any way that you can add that, infuse some of the things you've discovered today about your client to make sure that the language is effective that way. And then as always, let's leave a hashtag. The hashtag for today in the blog post that you create, the social post you create in our group is My Clients Love Me. Okay, you want clients that appreciate you, that are excited for you to solve their problems. And what a great hashtag, My Clients Love Me. So go ahead and make sure you share that post. What went well today? What were you struggling with? What are you excited about? Please take a few minutes and share that in the group so we can all get that feedback. I'm going to give you some feedback. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another day of training. Good luck. See you in the group. Have a great afternoon or evening or morning or middle of the night, whenever it is for you. Whew, you're doing it.